Howdy everybody, this is Friendly and you're Friendly Live, the premier show going on right now. You know what? Tell all your friends about it because it's going to be a show each and every Wednesday at 8:30, and today is the premiere, and we have, I've got a line of guests that are coming up, and I wanted to start off the show to let everybody know that this is going to be something that's going to be so enjoyable. And the guests that are going to be here are going to be more enjoyable. You know, you get to see me. Yeah, whatever. But anyway, my first guest, and by the way, you know, Barney insisted that Rocky be a part of the show. And Rocky's been a part of my life for many years. And yes, Rocky's in the back. He'll be cleaning up later. But right now, I want to introduce you to a young man that I've known for quite some time. I call him a good friend, and he is the music. He'll agree with you that it's all about the music. And can I call? I'll introduce him as Brad Davis, the flat picker. How's that?
Sounds great, Friendly. Good to be here.
Good morning. Thank you. I know it's early.
That's all right.
But when we started talking about this, and Barney and I sat and talked about it, and I said, you know what? I've got a person I want as my premier guest, and that's
flattered.
Brad Davis. Because the story that you have is one thing, but your music. When I was in radio, I did play your songs.
I know you did. I can't thank you enough for that.
But, you know, just being local and being as talented as you are, I just want to let people hear you, Brad Davis, Commerce, Texas. Commerce, USA, Texas.
That's right.
That's right.
It's bigger than you think.
That's bigger.
Well, I tell you what, you know, the story that I guess we talked about earlier was the fact that in the years I've been in the music business for so long that I finally got an offer, you know, to make a Brad Davis signature guitar. And I told my wife, you know, you get past 50, it's a good idea to probably say yes. They may not ask you again. So Alvarez, a company I've never thought about, ever. They've never given them.
Folks, this is Alvarez guitar.
Yeah, never given them 2 cents look. Called and said, we're making heirloom vintage acoustic guitars like the 37, 36, and 38 old Martins. Would you be interested in having a signature model made for you? And I said, absolutely. What a flattering offer, you know. And so I got a chance to go in and help design a little bit of the bracing system on it to where it was tuned a little bit more to my flavor, you know, like I like. Right. And anyway, so they came up with the Brad Davis model guitar, and they wanted to put the name on the fretboard, but I didn't want it in big letters. I said just put a B and a D, keep it simple. And so
this is a 37 model.
It's a copy of a 37
Martin.
So
and Martins are one of those guitars that once it's played, you just hardly ever want to play.
It's heirloom. I mean, it's very light. The wood on this guitar is over 55 years old. It's out of one of the oldest stock that they own, and so it's exciting that I've got a chance to get a guitar that's got heirloom wood.
Beautiful.
And I'm so excited about it. The old 1937 keys. I mean, it's a real treat, you know, as a guitar player for me to have a guitar.
Yeah. And Alvarez, they come from what, Japan?
They're actually factories in Japan, which is one of the best factories due to humidity. It's zero.
Right.
And that's why they build them there. Obviously, they're building them with direction from the U.S. on traditional vintage design. But well under their direction, but they're fantastic luthiers.
And so, what about 6 months ago? They flew in from Japan and London.
London, Japan, and St. Louis is where they brought the guitar. And you know, I asked Chris, one of the head luthiers, Chris Minkle, what if I didn't like it and you flew all that way? He said it's happened before. So I said, well, I played it, strummed it, and I love it. It's fantastic. So I'm real tickled to be part of the team.
Well, I tell you, it's a great honor because this is something that hasn't happened in the guitar industry.
Not very often.
Not very often.
I mean, if you're Eric Clapton, sure.
Sure.
Bruce Springsteen, sure.
And we're so proud of you.
Wow.
And you know, your history in the music industry goes a long way back. You know, you just said you know you've been doing it for a while.
I have been.
And I remember seeing you with the Boxmasters and Billy Bob Thornton and all that. And what a group!
What a bunch of knotheads! I love those guys. They're great.
Now, I introduced you as the flat picker, tell the audience what that because you're a flat picker.
I am a flat picker, and you know it's a flat pick. You guys can see how flat that pick is. You know, everybody uses a flat pick. Eddie Van Halen uses a flat pick. Steve Lukather for Toto uses a flat pick. The list goes on of people that use a flat pick. But flat pickers basically got tagged flat pickers because of basically the music, bluegrass, folk, in that genre, where they played fiddle tunes and old traditional tunes that pay tribute to history. And so they got kind of tagged flat pickers. When you're a flat picker, you think, well, that's a guy in a pair of overalls and no shoes, you know. But every guitar player that I work with uses a flat pick, and I'm talking from heavy metal to country to gospel they all use flat picks, unless you're a Roll Travis guy and you use thumb picks. You know,
right?
And that's a totally different deal. But most all guitar players, 9 out of 10 use flat picks, so they're all flat pickers, whether they want to be flat pickers or not. They're flat pickers.
Speaking of picking, Marty Stewart.
Yeah,
Marty Stewart. You were.
I was there 11 years.
And you were the cowboy country band? Or
I was with the Hot Hillbilly Band and the Rock and Roll Cowboys.
Rock and Roll Cowboys.
And it was really good for me. Marty gave me all my stripes basically. When Cash would say we need to do a record, he'd bring his band in. Marty would bring his band in. When the record with MCA Records was up for production, he'd bring in his band and fight the label. You know, it's pretty amazing. And I'm just a kid, you know, I'm new in the band. I said, I'm just glad to be inside the room. But he gave me all my stripes and all my instruction. He was a tough boss to deal with.
He's a wonderful individual.
Oh, he's a great guy. Tough boss, and he did it because he knew he was grooming people. I tried out for the band. There were 30 guys in line, and I didn't think I'd get it. I wasn't a great electric player. I was okay. A great flat picker at that time, but not a great electric player. And I was the last guy in line, and a lot of great players in front of me. But he didn't need a great player with an attitude. He needed a guy he could mold.
Right.
And so I had to take lessons from Richard Bennett. And Richard Bennett is now the lead guitar player for Dire Straits and Martin Knopfler. So
Well, okay, we got to make some money. So we do. When we get back, you got to voice of Eddie Stubbs.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and I got something for you when we come back.
Okay. Sounds great for you.
Good. So, folks, y'all stay tuned because we'll be right back and listen to our advertisers because that's why we're here.
That's right.
That's how we're here.
Hi, I'm Bob, the owner of Bulldog Carpet Cleaning. Bulldog Carpet Cleaning is a family-owned business that has been serving the greater Hunt County area for over 20 years. We provide service to business and residential customers. Carpet, tile and grout, concrete, upholstery, we clean it all. So that you will never be surprised by a stranger showing up at your door, let me introduce my team, Dustin and Matt. Call today, 903-356-0207, or visit us online at bulldogcarpetcleaning.net.
Lone Star Pawn and Bargain Center, 6509 I-30 on the frontage road in Greenville. Your one-stop shop for TVs, electronics, computers, and gaming systems. Lone Star Pawn offers a giant selection of hunting, fishing, outdoor gear, and firearms. We have the best prices on diamonds, gold, and jewelry. We got everything from lawn and garden equipment to job site tools and musical instruments. So for the best deals and pawn rates in town, come see us on the south side of the frontage road in Greenville. Why settle for an assembly line burger when you can have a hot, fresh pot roast sandwich or one of our custom-made-to-order burgers? Come join us at the Ash & Rose located at 2809 Lee Street in downtown Greenville for a cold, refreshing beer or a drink from our fully stocked bar. Don't forget to grab a lunch card and get your 8th lunch free. The Ash & Rose. Great food, great service, great times.
Welcome back, folks. Yes, it's Friendly with Friendly Live, and my guest star this morning on this premiere show of Friendly Live from G-Town, Texas, in the lobby of the Texan Theater Lobby Cafe. And by the way, I want to say thank you, Price Liquid Feed, because without you, we can't do this. And he could not sing the song that you're going to sing, Brad.
That's right. I'm going to do a tune for you.
Can you tell a little bit about the song? Because I've met the man. that you talk that you
The song is called "The Voice of Eddie Stubbs," and it's a tune that I wrote with a co-writer, Jim Silvers, out in Los Angeles. And Jim used to hang out at the Opry and take photos of legendary people that you and I are in awe of and have been for years. A lot of the stars on the Opry. Anyway, the song is about his journey into town. Eddie Stubbs, when he first got into town with the Johnson Mountain Boys, which a lot of people don't know who that was, but a bluegrass band, and he played fiddle. And they were not as busy as it needed to be, so he tried out to be an announcer on the Opry and got the job. And really, really cool. And Eddie has been, as you know, stoic and a gentleman.
And the voice
of radio.
Yes.
Amazing guy.
Amazing
guy. And we wrote this song about his life. And so I want to play it for you, if that's okay.
That's excellent. I'm gonna lay something in front of you before. I want to give this to you. I've had it for a long time.
Holy smokes, man!
That's my present to you.
A Les Paul pick. Wow.
Now let's do some Voice of Eddie Stubbs right here, folks. Brad Davis, Friendly Live.
I came home late last night, hurting to the bone, foolishly thinking I wouldn't mind being alone. But then reality just washed across my mind. I come too far to go back to the life I left behind. The bar was fully stocked, I could have opened up a store. My heart was beating loudly as I began to pour. Radio came on just then with the bottle let me down. Yet it wasn't Merle but that DJ's voice that turned my world around. I loved the possum man, the hag, I worshipped old Hank Snow, and I'd like to watch these younger folks as they come and go. But tonight the voice that calmed me down from someone dearly loved, like Brad Turner had in days gone by, was the voice of Eddie Stubbs. I've heard about this boy, well, he's a wild one to be sure. He used to play the fiddle until he took the cure. But he's got this big old country heart, he wears it right up on his sleeve. I'm sure that Jimmy Martin and Tom T would both agree. So as country music wanders, sometimes get lost, the station's playlist don't quite seem what the radio's cost. But they can all come back, just search the airways high above. You might get lucky late some night, catch the voice of Eddie Stubbs. I love Lester, I love Earl, still worship old Hank Snow. I sure like them steel drivers whose names I barely know. But tonight the voice that calmed me down was someone we all love. It takes me back to days gone by, the voice of Eddie Stubbs. I love Johnny, I love Jack, I still worship old Hank Snow. And have you seen them Johnson Mountain Boys? I wonder where they go. But tonight the voice that calmed me down was someone we all love. It will take you back to days gone by, the voice of Eddie Stubbs. Now the voice that healed my heart like from heaven up above, it flows like milk and honey, the voice of Eddie Stubbs.
Woo! Yeah.
So much.
That is the lyrics to that song. It's such a story.
Oh, I tell you, Jim Silvers was a big part of that because he's in his early 80s and he's been around the Opry for years. So he had a little insight on some things that I actually had some knowledge about, but he had some nuts and bolt view of it.
Well, I tell you what, that Alvarez made it sound even better. That guitar is just something else.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. And you've written quite a few songs.
Yes, I have.
And
that's a tough chair.
And have performed with quite a few individuals. In your, I guess, round of playing, do you have any stories that are like funny about people that we might know that
Well, you know, this, I worked at this tune called California.
Right.
And I wrote it at Billy Bob Thornton's house. And I started it during Marty Stewart's time.
Okay.
And I played it for Marty and went like, wow, that's kind of neat. It wasn't together. It wasn't all put together at that point. And so at that point, I'd left Marty Stewart, been there a long time, and time to move on. And was at Billy Bob Thornton's house working on a record. I engineered there for years in Los Angeles at his house that him and Angelina bought. And I walked outside with a cup of coffee, and he lives right there in Hollywood, and right next door was I can't remember her name. Anyway, a pop star lived next door. At 50, it's what happens, right? And so this pop star, female pop star, and so I walked outside, and Billy said, "Hey, I was working on the idea in my head, and almost had it totally done, and looked over there and saw her tending the flowers in the front yard, and Billy said, "Hey, Madonna, who is
Okay.
and he walked outside. Brad, let's get back in the studio and finish. And I said, "Is that Madonna next door?" And he went, "Yeah." And he went, "Hey, Madonna!" And Madonna kind of raised her head up and went, "Hey, Billy," you know, almost like the hillbillies are in Hollywood kind of thing. And we went back inside, and I got the C part of the song in my head at that point. I don't know why it came to me, and I finished writing the song that afternoon. But it's funny how you get inspired.
Right, and I know your inspiration comes from many different points of views in life. But you know, one thing, folks, I want to say: a good Christian man yourself, and you
love the Lord.
You love the Lord like I love the Lord, and your music shows that.
Well, thanks,
and you know, out at the radio station here, I guess it was last year. I can say last year now.
Right.
And,
you can say
last year. And everybody that was there, they kept asking, "Who is that? Who is that?" It was Brad Davis. Brad, where's he from? Commerce. My God, man, this guy. Yeah. So, and I know that's the feeling a lot of people get when they hear your music. And
Thanks.
I see you different. I see you as what you have always wanted to do. You have a passion.
Oh yeah,
you have that passion. So.
Absolutely. We got a studio in Commerce, and it's 7 days a week. We do production and teach at A&M.
And the name of the business?
It's Brad Davis Recording Studio. Yeah.
Brad Davis Recording Studio. Okay, we got to make some more money.
That's good.
So when we come back, folks, I'm going to see if I can coax him into doing a song that, with this guitar, it's going to sound awesome. You know which one it's going to be. Right. Okay, good. Well, y'all stay tuned. Thank you, Ronnie Price. We love you, Bubba.
Hi, I'm Bob, the owner of Bulldog Carpet Cleaning. Bulldog Carpet Cleaning is a family-owned business that has been serving the greater Hunt County area for over 20 years. We provide service to business and residential customers. Carpet, tile and grout, concrete, upholstery, we clean it all. So that you will never be surprised by a stranger showing up at your door, let me introduce my team. Dustin and Matt. Call today, 903-356-0207, or visit us online at bulldogcarpetcleaning.net.
Lone Star Pawn and Bargain Center, 6509 I-30 on the frontage road in Greenville. Your one-stop shop for TVs, electronics, computers, and gaming systems. Lone Star Pawn offers a giant selection of hunting, fishing, outdoor gear, and firearms. We have the best prices on diamonds, gold, and jewelry. We got everything from lawn and garden equipment to job site tools and musical instruments. So for the best deals and pawn rates in town, come see us on the south side of the frontage road in Greenville. Why settle for an assembly line burger when you can have a hot, fresh pot roast sandwich or one of our custom-made-to-order burgers? Come join us at the Ash & Rose, located at 2809 Lee Street in downtown Greenville, for a cold, refreshing beer or a drink from our fully stocked bar. Don't forget to grab a lunch card and get your 8th lunch free. The Ash & Rose. Great food, great service, great times.
Are we red-eyed? Welcome back, folks, to Friendly Live. I'm Friendly. I hope you know I'm friendly. Anyway, I do have to say something this morning before we get back to our guest, Brad Davis. I want to say congratulations to our good grandpa. Bob Hobbs is a brand new grandpa. Ella Ray, I think is her name. The little girl born.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's Bob Hobbs, Bulldog Carpeting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's Bob Hobbs.
I bought
Anyways,
carpet from that guy.
Yeah, he's a grandpa. He's a grandpa. Now, we left the audience with us talking about your music and what you play, and you started writing at a young age.
I did. I started playing guitar at 5 and then started writing songs shortly thereafter because John Denver had just hit the scene.
Right.
Of course, that was like, wow, I mean, it's one of those things that kind of blows you away, but it really inspires you. And I realized I had a talent for writing songs and wrote in Nashville for years and still write full time. I write a lot of instrumentals, and like the song we talked about earlier, California.
By the way, folks, that's the song. When you hear it, it is an instrumental.
It's an instrumental, and I'm using a technique called double down up, which no one does. I stumbled on it by accident and asked all my heroes if they did it, and they said, "Don't do that. That's weird." And I said, "But I like it." So anyway, it's a technique that I use, and I wrote that song. That was my first song I wrote with that technique. So it's an interesting guitar technique. Eddie Van Halen taps on the guitar like this, and I thought he was using a flat pick, but he wasn't. He was tapping. So I was at home trying to mimic that rhythm with a flat pick, the tapping thing that he did, and I ended up stumbling on this technique called double down up.
Double down, and
So-
your hero says, "No, don't do it."
They say, don't do that, that's a weird thing, don't do it. Anyway, but I wrote that song, California, with a technique, and I'll show you what
Well,
it sounds
hey,
like.
we're ready. We got.
Keep talking, we had a disconnect.
We had a disconnect. Is it more difficult to do an instrumental than it is to do a lyrics?
I don't know. To me, it's not, because you're not singing and playing.
Because I've had artists tell me, sometimes, man, it's hard on me to do just an instrumental because
It's easier for me, I think, because I'm not concentrating on memorizing words. Thank God for this thing. I've never had one till this year, but I love it. It's fantastic. 'Cause
folks,
I
it's
forget.
technology, folks.
Yeah, I just forget,
But we here at Hunt County News and Friendly Live want people to know that the talent that we have in this area is
there's so much.
unbelievable.
There's so much here.
Yeah, and you mentioned previously we were in the lobby at cafe. By the way, coffee is awesome. We're gonna have
Coffee's
breakfast afterwards.
incredible.
But you mentioned a friend that you and him had done so many things together, Tony.
Yeah, Tony Ramey, actually.
Ramey,
and we're doing a songwriter workshop,
Yes.
Music Makers Workshop. It's going to be
Yes.
February the 3rd at the Tipitino's Co-op in Commerce. And it'll be an all-day thing,
I
10
think
o'clock
that's
to
something
5.
I'll have to be there. I will have to.
Well,
be
it'd be great. It'd be great to have you pop in.
I will.
Really would be
I will.
great. It'd mean
Tony-
a lot to us.
Tony and I have been friends for quite some time. I mean,
He's a real deal.
Oh, he's the real deal.
He is the
the
real
real
deal.
deal. And him and Debbie and,
Yeah.
and Savannah, that girl that has a beautiful.
She's fantastic. Yeah.
Fantastic.
They've recorded at the studio, and I knew Tony back in Nashville days.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he moved here and I moved here, I thought, I've got somebody I can actually talk to about things that people don't. Sometimes they don't know what I'm talking about, because in the business,
Right.
it's underneath the veil of what everybody else sees. And him and I can get together with a cup of coffee and just complain and beat on each other, and we feel better. So, yeah.
Well, let's do, folks, right here on Friendly Live, the premiere of the show, and this song is one of my favorites. You've already heard one of them, and he's got so many. But Brad Davis in California. on that Alvarez.
Just can't wait to get a year on it. The thing's just awesome.
A year from now, my Lord, play
Oh,
that. Have you
it's-
back on the show and play it again. It's going to be a different sound.
It'll be
It's
totally
just going to be
different, yeah.
tough. So, you know, when you have that mindset for the music that you do, do you find yourself in another world? Is it?
You know, it's funny you say that. I a lot of times, and this will sound really weird, but I find myself sometimes so removed, I'll drool, and I'll catch myself and go, whoa, wait a minute, because I'll be thinking of some idea, and I'll dive into, something. I mean, it's kind of like the writing clinic on February the 3rd is going to be all about, pulling in those talents that we have: guitar playing, piano playing, songwriting, lyrics, melody, and pulling all that in. And a lot of times you're stronger in one area
Right.
than you are the other area. And I've had so many good coaches, Friendly. I've written with hit songwriters that I had to shut up and just play guitar, and then some writers that were great at lyrics and couldn't play, or good at guitar and couldn't play, do the lyrics, and so I had to jump in and switch seats a lot.
Right.
And so it really helped me be a lot better writer. Tony's the same way. Tony Ramey, he's good across the board, maybe a little heavier on lyrics than he is on guitar, but he's a good guitar player as well. So, you do kind of, you get inspired and kind of float off into the deep. I mean, I do,
Well, for this, my premiere show, it's been great, Brad.
What a
It's been
treat,
great.
man.
No, it's been a treat for me.
And I got this pick, man, this Les Paul pick, really. So I'm glad I got to come in.
Yeah, and I want to say a big old thank you for Alvarez Guitar for this beautiful instrument and it's the Brad Davis limited edition. Is that something?
They're going to make 2,000 of these, and then they're going to make 30,599 copies that won't be heirloom wood, but they'll be good wood, not 50-year-old wood. So
Wow.
I'm excited about it, and I also want to just say this is not your daddy's Alvarez anymore.
All right. Well, Brad,
Thanks,
again,
Friendly.
thank you so very much.
Thanks for having me on
Thanks
the
for
show.
all you do for this industry. And folks, I just want to say a big old thank you for watching us today. We've had fun, and it's just something we're going to do each Wednesday at 8:30. And by the way, my guest next week is going to be Hot Rod, the original Blandell.
Oh,
Gary
man.
Fowler. You know Gary.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he's going to be our guest next week, and it's going to be a fun time, and we're looking forward to a lot of people. And coming up, I've got a whole month ahead of me for a good artist, and thank you so much. And again, folks, thank you for being here with us, and also thank that sponsor, Ronnie Price Liquid Feed.